Imagine being 80 years old. Your joints ache, you take medicine every single day, and you live with your family in a city very far away from where you were born.
Right, a completely different city.
Yeah. And just to get your health insurance to pay for your medicine, you have to get on a train.
Oh, wow.
You have to travel all the way across the country just to hand paper forms to a worker in your hometown.
That sounds incredibly difficult, especially for an older person.
It really does. But until very recently, that was real life for millions of elderly people. Today, we are looking at some big, exciting changes that fixed this problem.
That is a perfect place to start. Welcome, everyone. We are so happy you are joining us today.
Yes, welcome.
If your goal is to practice clear, simple English and, discover some uplifting news from around the world, you are in the exact right place.
We are going to keep our speaking pace slow and relaxed. We want to make sure the English is very accessible for you.
Exactly. And today, we have a very cool source to explore. It is a broadcast from a program called Special English Corner.
Yeah, featuring two speakers named Sharon and Mark.
Right. And this broadcast is from the end of the first quarter of 2026.
Which is an important time, right? Because that is usually when people look back to see if new government rules are actually working.
Yes, exactly. Our mission for this deep dive is to explore China's newest livelihood gifts.
Livelihood gifts. I like that phrase.
Me too. Now, these are not physical presents in a box. They are big updates to community life and healthcare that make everyday life better for normal people.
We will look at healthcare updates, vibrant new neighborhood trends, and three really important English vocabulary words.
Right, because we know you want to practice your vocabulary.
Okay, let's unpack this. To really understand how these big rules help people, we start with a story.
A story makes it so much easier to understand.
Definitely. So the source talks about a livelihood gift for medical care. They call it the cross-province settlement.
Right. To understand this, we need to know that traditionally your health insurance was locked to the specific town where you were officially registered.
So if you moved to a new city to live with your children, your insurance did not just travel with you automatically.
Exactly. And that caused a huge headache.
I can imagine.
Older people would get sick in their new city, but they couldn't just walk into the local hospital and use their insurance easily.
And Mark, one of the speakers in our source, shares a story about his grandmother.
Right. The grandmother from Harbin.
Yes. She lives in Harbin now, but her official home is in another province. Before this new rule, she actually had to travel back to her hometown just to pay for her medicine.
Which is just, it is so hard on an 80-year-old. Paying out of pocket, saving paper receipts, traveling so far.
But the text says there is now a direct settlement system, and it covers almost every hospital and pharmacy in the whole country.
That is a massive change. And the way people use it is through a medical insurance electronic voucher on their smartphones.
So it is basically like a digital health passport, right?
Yes. You just show your phone,
Yeah.
one click, and the hospital bill is paid through your insurance. It does not matter what city you're in.
That is so convenient.
It really is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, we see a specific plan in action. The text mentions the 15th five-year plan.
Ah, a 5-year plan. That is like a master guide for the country, right?
Exactly. But this specific plan has a very warm focus. The theme is small things for big families.
Small things for big families. I love how simple that sounds.
It means the government isn't just focusing on giant bridges or trains. They're focusing on everyday security.
When you know you can easily get a doctor, you just feel safer.
You really do.
Well, I understand that, but I have to ask a question here.
Sure, go ahead.
We are talking about an electronic voucher on a smartphone, but we are also talking about elderly people, like Mark's grandmother.
Right.
Isn't a smartphone app too high-tech for them? Like, my older relatives find touchscreens very confusing. Does this just make things harder?
That is a really great question. It is a big risk.
Yeah.
But the source actually explained how they solved this with senior-friendly tech.
Senior-friendly tech, how does that work? Just making the buttons bigger?
Yeah. Well, bigger buttons help. The app has a big character mode with very large, easy-to-read text and bright colors.
Okay, that makes it easier to see.
But the most amazing part is the voice assistants.
Wait, really? Voice assistant?
Yes. An older person doesn't have to push a bunch of confusing buttons. They can just talk to their phone.
Oh, wow. So they just say, show my medical card.
Exactly. They just speak, and the phone shows the electronic voucher for the doctor to scan.
That is brilliant. That is so much easier. But what about the cost of the medicine itself?
That brings us to the second big healthcare update, The National Medicine Catalog was updated.
Okay, what does that mean for the listener?
It means the prices dropped. The text says more than 50 new types of life-saving medicines were added, and they are now much cheaper.
Life-saving medicines are usually the most expensive ones, right?
Yes. For a family treating a long-term illness, this is not just saving a few pennies. This saves them a massive amount of money every month.
That takes away so much stress.
It really does. And when people feel safe and secure about their health, they want to enjoy their lives more.
Which perfectly brings us to the next part of the source. People stepping outside to enjoy their community.
Yes, the text mentions a very happy trend called spring community markets.
I love this picture. The long winter ends, and people come out of their apartments to a market right in their neighborhood.
The source describes fresh vegetables, people making handmade coffee, and beautiful spring flowers.
All just a few steps from home. And they also mention free community concerts in local parks.
Right, people just singing together and relaxing with their neighbors.
It sounds so lovely.
What's fascinating here is how these markets connect to a big idea in city planning. The text calls it the 15-minute life circle.
The 15-minute life circle, that sounds so catchy. What does it mean?
It means that everything you need for daily life should be just a 15-minute walk from your home.
Everything. Like what?
Like doctors, fresh food markets, parks, and schools, all within 15 minutes.
That is so different from the old way. Before, you had to drive a car very far just to buy groceries.
Exactly. Long drives and bad traffic just isolate people. But this 15-minute idea brings the community together.
And the source mentions a really important point about this. It shows a change in how we measure a good life.
Yes. For a long time, a good life was just about making more money or building taller buildings.
Right. But now it is measured by happiness.
Exactly. It's about having a good local community, more free time, and less stress.
I think we all want that. So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, now that we understand the news, it is time for our language lesson.
Yes. The broadcast uses 3 highly useful English words. These words are perfect for describing these exact changes.
The 3 words are convenience, benefit, and accessible.
Let's break them down slowly so you can practice.
Okay. The first word is convenience. It is a noun. It means something that saves you time and makes life easier.
Like paying for medicine with your phone. That is modern convenience.
Right. And the source gives us a great example sentence using the adjective form. Here it is. The subway is very convenient for me.
The subway is very convenient for me. That is a great sentence to memorize.
It just means the subway is easy and fast. Now, the second word is benefit.
Benefit. That is a noun, right?
Benefit is a good, positive result that you get from a situation.
So while convenience is about being fast, a benefit is about the actual positive impact on you.
Exactly. The source gives this example sentence. I enjoy the benefits of living near a park.
I enjoy the benefits of living near a park. That connects right back to the 15-minute life circle.
It sure does. Walking to a park gives you fresh air and exercise. Those are the benefits.
Okay, what is the third word?
The third word is accessible. It is an adjective.
Accessible.
It means something is very easy to reach or easy to use.
This is an important word. If an app exists but an older person cannot use it, it is not accessible.
Exactly. Here's the example sentence from the text. The new medical app is very accessible for my parents.
The new medical app is very accessible for my parents. That is exactly what the voice assistants do. They make it accessible.
Right. So those are the 3 words, convenience, benefit, and accessible.
Practice those today. Now, we are almost out of time, but we have a daily task for you.
Yes, a task directly from the source text. It is a fun mental exercise called the gratitude sentence.
We want you to answer a question in English today. Are you ready? Here is the question. What is one thing that made your life easier this week?
Think about your own town or the tools you use. For example, you could say, the new community market made my life easier because I can buy fresh bread nearby.
Or you could say, the electronic card made my life easier because I don't need to carry cash.
Try to make your own gratitude sentence today. It is great English practice.
It really is. And before we say goodbye, we want to leave you with a thought.
When we hear technological progress, we usually think of spaceships or robots.
Right. Huge futuristic things.
But maybe true progress is actually very small and close to home.
Yeah. True progress is an elderly grandmother easily getting her medicine with her voice.
Or neighbors walking 15 minutes to sing in a park together.
Think about that today. Think about how the small, accessible things shape your happiness.
We loved exploring this with you. Thank you for practicing your English with us today.
Stay informed, stay healthy, and keep noticing the good things around you.